In this video, you'll discover my pick for the best cruise travel insurance plan right now and why I chose it as the best one. You'll see why it's the best pick for all ages of travelers and all types of cruises. And you'll see how to get a quote online and sign up in minutes. If you're new here, hello, I'm Damien. I'm a licensed agent and I've been creating travel insurance content online since 2006. My goal is to help you get protected without paying too much money. So we're going to split this video up into 3 parts. Now don't worry, they'll all be time-stamped down below so that you can skip around if you want to. Part 1 covers all of the small print mistakes that travelers make with the other plans, and I'm going to help you avoid them. In Part 2, I'll show you my favorite plan and the 7 reasons why it's the top choice. And Part 3 is how to get a quote and sign up online so that you can check travel insurance off of your to-do list. So let's start with those small print mistakes and why the other solutions don't work. Now, you already know that you should get travel insurance. There's a reason why 71% of cruise travelers get it. If you're still not sure why it's so important for cruises, I linked another video down below, you can check that out. The first mistake that most travelers make is buying the plan offered by the cruise line. Think about it, it's one plan from one company and you don't even get a choice. And it's worse coverage for the money. It's always better to buy a separate plan from the cruise line. You get more coverage, more options, and a better price. The next mistake that I see a lot is trusting your credit card for coverage. Yes, many cards say that they include travel insurance. But unless you have a high annual fee credit card, chances are the coverage is way lower than you think. And finally, for those that rely on Medicare for coverage abroad, it's a bad idea. Yes, some Medicare plans can have coverage abroad, but in the end, they'd never cover everything that a travel insurance plan would cover, especially the huge costs like a medical evacuation. So the better option here is to compare all plans from all companies using a comparison site like CoverTrip. Enter a little trip information with a few clicks, and then you'll get quotes from all providers so that you can compare the plans side by side. Some people like to dig through all of the details in these plans and compare all of the options and the coverage. But most of the travelers I talk to, including family and friends and probably you, just want a clear recommendation. So here it is, my top pick for cruise travel insurance and why it stands out. My favorite plan right now is from a company called Travel Insured International, and the plan is called FlexiPAX. It's an unusual name. It refers to the flexible options that they offer, which I'll show you in just a minute. Let's start with the 7 reasons that this plan stands out. The first reason is an important one. This plan has $100,000 of emergency medical coverage and $500,000 of evacuation coverage. Those are the minimum limits recommended by the experts, but if you look at other plans, many have as little as $15,000 or $20,000 of coverage. Next, with this plan, that medical coverage is primary coverage. That means it pays first with no questions asked. Many plans have secondary coverage. In that case, you're still covered, but you would have to exhaust any other coverage that you might have with other insurance. So you're covered either way, but primary is easier. Next is some small print about hurricane coverage that really makes a difference with cruise trips. This plan covers canceling your trip for a hurricane warning if it's issued for your destination. That means the minute that hurricane warning is issued, you have the option to cancel your trip. It gives you proactive control. The standard weather coverage with travel insurance is reactive, meaning you can only file a claim after something has happened, like a canceled flight or a damaged hotel. Next up is an optional upgrade that's become very popular since COVID. It's called Cancel for Any Reason, or CFAR. Here's how it works. All travel insurance plans cover canceling your trip for a reason like getting sick or a death in the family or severe weather. There's a long list of covered reasons. If any of those things happen and it forces you to cancel, you're reimbursed 100% of your trip costs. But with the Cancel for Any Reason upgrade, your list of covered reasons is extended to everything. Here's a few things to know when getting this coverage. You would need to buy your plan right after your first trip payment. With this plan, it's within the first 14 days. Next, you need to insure the full trip cost and cancel at least 48 hours before your departure. And finally, the reimbursement with the CFAR plan is 75% of your trip cost as opposed to 100%. This upgrade gives you way more flexibility, which is why more and more people are getting it. Next up, if you're traveling with kids, this plan covers children 17 and under at no extra charge. For a family trip, this feature keeps your costs so low it doesn't even compare to similar plans. And finally, speaking of pricing, this plan is always very competitive. The rule of thumb is that travel insurance costs 4 to 10% of your trip cost. Now with this plan, it's not the lowest cost and it's not the highest. But when you compare the coverage in this plan with others, it comes out on top as having the best value. In the end, I run a lot of comparisons for a lot of different travelers all the time, and this plan comes out on top 90% of the time. And from the standpoint of the company and the reputation, I have purchased this plan before and made 2 claims, and they were both paid with no issues. Both cancellation claims were for medical issues right before departure. One was when my son got the flu right before a Christmas trip, and the other was when I had my appendix out just days before another Christmas trip. So that's my top plan right now. Now let me show you how to get a quote and sign up online. That way I can make sure that you don't miss out on any of the coverages that we just talked about. You can do this in about 5 or 10 minutes. To start, this plan is only available on comparison sites like CoverTrip. You won't find it on Travel Insured's website. There's a link in the description below that will take you right to the comparison tool on CoverTrip. Also, travel insurance premiums are regulated so that you'll pay the same no matter where you buy your plan. You will start by answering a few questions about your trip, like the trip dates, the ages of travelers, and the trip cost. If anything is not clear on these pages, just hover over the little question mark with your mouse and you'll see more details. When you're done, you will see all the results for your search. This is every plan that you're eligible for from every company. Now, even though you've just seen a great option, I encourage you to look at some other plans to see how they all compare. All companies listed on this website are reputable, and there are a lot of great options. I would suggest starting by applying a couple filters over on the left side of the page. The cruise filter applies those minimum coverage amounts we talked about for emergency medical and evacuation coverage. And the primary medical filter will find plans with that feature. Then you can sort the plans by price, and you will likely see FlexiPAX right at the top. If you do want to compare a few plans side by side, just select them and click Compare. That makes it easy to see the details of each plan and how they compare side by side compared to the cost. When you're ready to get signed up, just click the Purchase button. You will enter a few more details about your trip and then your secure payment information. After you're done, you will get an email with instant confirmation of coverage, and you're all done. Here's what you can do next. If you're ready to check this plan out for your trip, there's a link in the description below where you can get a quote. If you have more questions about cruise travel insurance in general, I have another video. It'll be up here in the corner. You can click on that and learn more. Or if you just need more general travel insurance help, there's another link in the bio. I'll send you my free trip insurance roadmap. That's all. See you next time.